Steve Kim, joined by my co-host, Mr. Mario Lopez. First of all, congratulations on the new edition.
Thank you, sir. Made a boy. Put a stem on the apple. Cannot believe it.
Wow.
Thought I
The
had it in me because I waited to find out.
Yeah.
More on that flurry later. My other boy, Justin Buffalo Knuckles, over here.
And we've got a very, very special pair of guests. It's the long-awaited return of the Teofimo Express.
Nah, I feel great, like a champ, man. Camp has been really good, and I can't wait. Next week is July 19th. That's when we take over again.
That's the date. Well, before we get into that fight, I know you were at the ESPYs.
Yes.
What was that like, brother?
It was great. Overall, like the best experience I've ever had. First time I ever walked in through a red carpet and just meeting so many athletes and everything. I mean, it was great. Like it actually motivates you too. You know, just to be like, let me work harder because that gives you that you want to be up in that stage one day, and just accept an award and from all the achievements you have done. So that motivated me. I literally afterwards though, instead of going to the post party, I went to work out. I went to go run and did a little bit of shadow boxing and everything.
That's awesome.
Things like that.
Well, that's the kind of discipline that's required to be
Absolutely.
a champion, man. I love it. And let me ask you, Senior, have you ever had to really motivate your son, or was it? Did he come with that sort of self-discipline from the get, or was there a time when you really had to kind of crack the whip?
You had to crack the whip.
Listen to me. Listen to what I'm going to tell you right now.
I'm always listening.
If you had my son and you would have put him into all the fights that I put him into, and because he was a perfectionist, and at the end of the day, everything that he did was because he wanted to be perfect. So when he would get a bad decision and he would lose, he would get robbed. I would have to go look for him for like 3 hours in bad neighborhoods back in freaking Hollywood, Florida, really bad neighborhoods. And I'll be with the cops looking for him, crying. And I get to find out years later that he told me that he was like maybe around the corner or whatever it is. And I was going crazy looking for him. So it was a nightmare. It was a nightmare. Sometimes I wanted to quit. But 3 days later, he was motivated again and he wanted to keep on going, And, it came down to the part where when he was 14 years old, he was in high school and he was giving me Fs. And I was like, what is this? It's impossible. You're a smart kid. I'm going to give you one more semester. You come with Fs, I'm going to take you out of school. And that's what I did. I saved him. And I tell all the parents right now, you got to watch your kids' grades. When they go down, it's not because they're stupid or they're dumb. It's because they're hanging out with the wrong crowd. And I put him in homeschool, and that's what saved him. He wouldn't be here. He wouldn't be here if it wasn't for that.
With a program, American Worldwide Academy.
Yeah.
And,
my friend. Yeah, my friend. He owns the school, American Worldwide Academy.
I actually have my legit.
You've got your educator here in the studio with us.
That's free promotion, right? I got to get some money for that, right?
Hey, you got to pay up.
Yeah, you got to give me some money for that, bro.
And was that tough, man? I mean, being with Pops 24/7 as now he's your dad, number one, and then he's also your trainer, and then now he's on you about school. Does it get a lot to handle?
Well, what he at first, but he literally saved not just myself but my career on top of that, like us as a team, because I was losing myself. I was going into the wrong. To the bad place and the bad areas and being with the wrong crowd.
Right.
And then that's when I realized I got to actually throughout that whole year homeschooling and everything, I literally figured and I found myself and I got to understand myself, and that's why even though I'm young, I'm a little bit more ahead and a lot more mature than a lot of these guys my age for those reasons.
Nice.
Because I
give you a perfect
I got to
example.
understand myself.
Yeah. I give you a perfect example. I had a friend of mine. His name was Jose. Good father, taught his son everything, and the son started screwing up and getting bad grades and everything. And, that's what happens, when you go to high school. It's like you're sending your kids to be a criminal.
Well, I wouldn't say criminal.
School is really bad, because that's where all the bad influences come from. So his son now is like a crackhead.
Jeez.
Jose.
And he was, Jose's son. And he was really good. He used to fight like with my son and everything. And the kid had
a lot.
Yeah, the kid had talent. The kid would have made it.
Right.
And now he's a crackhead. He's in the streets and everything. And my friend Jose told me, how you did it. And I said, I took him out of school. I took him out of school right away, because, when you see, that's the thing is, like when you see something bad happening and you know what's going on, you got to act on it. And when you act on it, this is what happened.
But another reason he caught me high.
I remember when I saw him high the first time. He was across the field, and I was
14.
like, what? I was like, yo,
14.
I was
He had
like,
5 on it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because I call him Gordo. I was like, Gordo! And I'm screaming across the field, Gordo! And he's like, what? And he starts running. He starts running. And I get in the car and I freaking start chasing him. I'm like, what the hell's going on? So I catch up to him. He gets in the car. And he's like, he's like this. And I said, what the hell is wrong with you? He goes, Dad, I'm sorry. He starts crying. He's like, I've been smoking weed. And I'm like, oh, shit. And I go like, don't worry about it. Where I took you?
He took me to a Chinese buffet.
Yo, what kind of punishment is that?
Mario, are you taking notes?
Get
Are
some
you
chow
taking
mein.
notes? Are you taking notes? Because Nico's a little young, but take some notes
Picked up
right
the
here.
munchies right there. Wow, okay.
Yo, I had the
Listen,
munchies and
listen.
everything.
What am I gonna do? I'm gonna beat him up? I never hit him.
You weren't
I hit him once.
You weren't
hit him once.
only one time, huh?
Only one time. I hit him in the chest. I almost killed him.
Oh, you hit him. Okay. But no spankings, huh?
No, he's
No,
sitting in the
it was
car.
with his hand. My father.
Yeah.
My father.
He's
could
sitting.
Hit, man.
He's sitting in the car, and he's about to do the shit that he always does.
Run away.
Run away. Right? So I said, "Don't do it. Don't do it." So I see him like trying to open the door, and I'm like, "Rat!" And I hit him in the freaking chest, and he's like, So I got so scared. I thought I killed him. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't breathe, and I'm like, "Papi." And I got so scared. Since that day, never touched him again.
Yeah.
None of my kids. I never hit none of my kids.
Well, speaking of which, I've always felt your relationship was one of the most fascinating things in boxing. It'll always fascinate me in a lot of ways. Teofimo, your life has changed greatly since the last time that you were here.
Yeah.
You're married now. Business is now booming for you. There's a lot more pressures on you, in my view. How has your relationship changed?
Me and my father, we understand each other. When going back to like discipline and everything. I mean, that started when he took me my first time to Taekwondo. I literally learned everything like discipline wise, and that was a great start throughout my whole career. And then getting into boxing, it just everything flowed after that. But going back to what you said, I mean, me and my father, it's great. We understand each other. He understands that I do have a life now, creating my own with my family and everything, and he'll always be a part of it, So we have our thing where boxing, we're here. And, father and son, those are the things that we're bringing back again, And it's just, we understand each other. And I think that's the thing, that's the main key, is that we have the same goal. And the same goal is just to take care of our loved ones and to change everything, to change that life cycle. And I think that's what's gotten us this far. It's because of those things. We have the same goal. Maybe some plans have changed in the sense of getting married at this age and everything, and this is the things that he didn't want, for me, because he wants me that much focused throughout this whole time that we're going through this process of becoming world champion. But these are things that you can't really, you can't hold. When it happens, it just happens.
The heart wants what the heart wants.
Yeah. Now, Junior, from your perspective, is your viewpoint now, when he's growing up, I got to let go in certain respects?
Oh, no, I let go 100%. His social life is his life. I don't get involved with it. I learned the hard way because no matter what I tell him, he's not going to listen to me. So, you know what? I just gave up, and I let him live his life. He's a very smart kid, and he's doing. Listen, there's one thing I always tell him. I don't care what you do. I mean, you can marry a man. I don't even care about that. You can do whatever you want. As long as you devote yourself to where I want you to go to, I mean, he hated Lomachenko. He's like, well, Lomachenko what? Lomachenko what? And I said, no, we need this guy. This is the guy that's going to make you the next Manny Pacquiao. This is the guy that's going to make us big, because everybody glorifies this guy.
We could agree to this.
But listen, everybody glorifies this guy, and that's one thing that he doesn't understand. The guy is terrible. We're gonna take this guy out in less than 3 rounds. I say it right now, right in your broadcast.
So wait, you're
Wow,
disagreeing, Dio. Why
Because
is
he
that?
doesn't like me to idolize anybody. You understand? But I'm not idolizing the guy. I'm idolizing what the people's perspective is, of what they think
Because
about this guy.
You gotta look at it he blew up. I mean, he's always had a huge amateur
He's never fought
background.
anybody.
But look, he had a huge amateur background. He has a huge, amateur pedigree and all that stuff, and he paved the way. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
We can't take that away. But it's the fact that did anybody really know him as much as they do now? No. Why? Is because we mentioned him and everything like that, and we're hot right now, and we're still hot.
Exactly.
And the thing is, it's like.
How you gonna be
wait,
6 years?
His thing is 6 years in the pro game and everything.
He ain't done nothing.
I'm about to get into 3 years when it hits November, and I'll be world champion, hopefully, and everything goes well in November. So, but the thing is like, it's not even about that. We know how to promote ourselves. We have the best platform is ESPN. We take over those things like that. And if you look at it, people want to see this fight, and they call it the mega fight. My dude, you've been a 2-time Olympic gold medalist,
Yep.
and I'm saying facts here. A 2-time Olympic gold medalist and with multiple weight division champion and everything like that, yet you still can't get a pay-per-view fight. You
Can't even sell the hula theater.
You can't sell the hula
Get the
theater.
hell out of here.
Wait, but it's not even talking down on the man. These are just known facts. But yet, if you fight me, this will be your biggest payday and on pay-per-view, and you'll walk out easily with 10 mil.
Is there any?
With a fighter that's
And
20,
they say that we clout
that's-
chasing. Get
with
the
a,
hell
with
out
a
of
fighter
here.
that is 21 years old, about to be 22, but he knows I know how to move the game. I know how to promote. I know I have my promoter hat on. I have my fighter hat on all the time. These things like that. So that's what it is all about. If winning is one thing, is what you do throughout the whole process
Yeah,
of
exactly.
winning.
I love the confidence. I love the fact that you want to get in there with the best. I love everything about it. But at the same time, Theo, don't you think that what's the rush at the same
There's
time
no rush.
too?
There's no rush.
You know
There's
what I'm
no
saying?
rush.
Because
Look, I know I heard what
Mario,
you said.
what's the
I heard
rush?
What, no,
There's
look,
nobody out there.
no,
What's the
but
rush?
no, but in the sense
no
of
rush.
no, well, I'm just saying based
Yeah,
off the
Mario.
facts that you
the hell we gonna
that you
fight?
said. No, I'm just saying based off the facts that you said right there. Why would you feel the need to face him this early in your career as opposed to
it's-
maybe?
You know why though? He's pro injured.
He's done.
And he's already on his way out. No matter what it is, I've had.
I don't want to get
100
Lomachenko 2 years from now
I've
when
had-
everybody gonna say that we fought an old Lomachenko. I want him now.
No, but the thing is,
And,
it's
and I
more
don't want
so-
him to look bad with Luke Campbell. Because Luke Campbell's a tough fighter. I don't want him to look bad with him. You know what I'm saying? Because then that's gonna tarnish what we're trying to do.
So the bottom
Right.
line is, Theo, you want him though,
You want
I
him.
want him right now.
Yeah.
right now.
And
The
have
whole
you-
thing, look, but it's like if you guys are saying these type of fighters are the best, and they're in my weight category, I'm gonna just tell you right up, no, I'm the best.
Nobody.
And you know what? In
Nobody.
order to prove that within myself, let's make the fight happen.
There's-
So it's been difficult, because now we have to go through these obstacles, but we still have to make a name for ourselves, and we still have to show that we're world champion in that pedigree, on that status.
Right.
So right now, IBF World Title Eliminator is our first step. This is a
Yeah.
huge fight. Before
Yeah.
even the biggest
Big fight.
before
Big
those
fight.
type of fights that happen.
And we're
this
gonna make
is
it look easy.
next week is that fight that defines everything throughout my whole career to patch these things up. We are working with perfecting athletes now. I want to see if I can still make 135. That's another thing.
You know?
I
No,
want to
we
get
are gonna
a
make
few,
it.
a few
We are
thoughts.
gonna
First
make
of all, I love that you want to get in there with us. I love it because so many guys want to wear a business hat as opposed to
Be a
being true
manager.
fighters and be
Well,
a
you know
manager
what's the- you
and
know-
then talk to my promoters.
Yeah.
I love that you were calling out and calling
Mario,
names. So
Mario,
hats off to
Mario,
you. Bravo.
Let me tell you something. He's scared. I saw it in his eyes. He's scared.
We're talking about Lomachenko now.
Lomachenko. When I went up to him in the
feel like-
hotel, that's where it started. When I went up to him to
My
the
whole thing is
hotel.
just-
And what have the conversations been with Bob Arum as far as if you had it up to you to architect your game plan, how would you like to see things?
I mean, he said
you
it
have
on-
this
he-
fight this next week.
He
Yeah.
said it on
But listen to-
he said it
yeah.
here at the 3 Knockdown Rule.
Yeah.
He said it here. He said, basically these are the 3 potential fights right now.
That's the fight that's going to define
IBF
his
World
his
Title
company.
Eliminator with Nakatani.
Yeah.
Then Richard Comey in somewhere down either November, December. And then afterwards, me and Loma next year, early next year, 2020 for all 4 belts.
And
at the lightweight division.
at the lightweight division, and you touched upon it slightly that about making 135. How
And I know
No, he's gonna
ESPN
be- he's
ESPN
gonna
wants
make-
a fight like this too.
It's only
Oh,
9
yeah,
months. 9
absolutely.
months. That's all we need. 9
and
months.
how much do you struggle to make 135 right now?
None.
Right now, everything.
Easy.
Right now, that's what I
Easy.
want to know.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to find out now.
Yeah.
I mean, perfecting athletes. They've worked with Terrence Crawford and have been
And
with
then-
him.
and they never
have
screwed
been
up,
have
you
been
know,
with him
so-
for the last 19 fights of his
Yeah.
career.
What do you walk around at?
Right now, I'm at 46, and they say it's 10 pounds of water. So we're really only
We're already
1
on
pound.
weight.
We're already on.
I know after the
Wait.
Tatley fight that Top Rank, you guys had a meeting with them, kind of a come to Jesus meeting to settle everything. You got
They
camp-
wanted to sit me down for discipline and stuff
Right,
like that,
yeah.
and I said I don't have.
I told Bob that we had to have a meeting, you know, because.
But I didn't have.
noticed-
The thing is with me, it's not about the discipline part. I know that I know I said in the post interview after my fight, I said it wasn't the best camp. Doesn't mean that I didn't train for that fight. I may not have trained like I usually did, but it was just mentally. If you're not mentally good and stable, then a fight with any type of fighter, you could lose.
Yeah, I
And
was
Exactly.
stunned. You told me at the Fury weigh-in, like, Steve, I almost pulled out of the Tatley fight
4 times.
4 times. What was
Yes.
going on?
Yes.
I mean, that was stunning to
It's-
hear that.
it's-
And I told him I was gonna kill him. He did that.
Okay, that got
know.
him on board.
Yeah, you know, I wasn't gonna deal with it, and I told him, "Don't even. That's out of the question. You can't." You know, but
What were you feeling though?
he was having a
just-
lot of issues between the families, both families. You know, my
just a little
wife,
distracted.
my wife fighting with his girlfriend and not approving. That's mostly what's going on with him. He wants everybody to be just in one, you know, one piece, and everybody be together. You know what I'm saying?
It's
So
just,
it bothers him to see that he has to choose.
But
Like, he
Tio-
feels like he has to choose.
I'm in the middle of the whole
between
whole
my
thing.
family
wife and
dynamics.
my
It's just,
I know
and
thoughts.
it's all about security when it's all said
Exactly.
and done. It's about, and I feel like, you know, when it comes with more money, it comes more problems.
Exactly.
Now, Tio,
And-
you're
and
at
those
this
things-
Bob Arum pad. I love the pad. It's plush. It's got a basketball court. It's got a swimming pool. You got perfecting athletes. Do you feel as though right now you're in a good place, not just physically, but also psychologically?
100%.
Absolutely. I just, it's for my sanity. I had to really go out and figure things out. I had to be away because there's so much tension. You know, my mother is great. She's taken care of me for the past like 5 years throughout my career, you know, before the professional league and everything, and making sure that, you know, look where I'm at, you know, right now, you know, but now we just have to take it up another notch. And I told my mother, like, there's nobody ever going to take that label from you, and that's being my mom. Nutritioning, everything, don't worry about that.
Right.
You know, because you're always part of the team. You're my mother.
Yeah.
You know, and even if you aren't, you're still my mom. Like, and you're always gonna be in my life, no matter what, whether you like her or not.
Believe
And-
me, and I'm a lot older than you, and mom
But
still
listen,
always
yeah.
have
Yes.
this.
But let me
Mom-
tell you
my mom
something.
still tells me everything.
But let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Nobody believed in me. Everybody thought I was cuckoo. Everybody thought I was crazy. You know,
do,
like
maybe.
my wife thought this was like a hobby, and that sooner or later I was gonna give up on it, and we was gonna keep on living our life. She was gonna be a bartender for the rest of her life, and I was gonna be a limo driver for the rest of her life. When she heard Olympics, she was like, "What?" So she understood that this
Right.
was real. And
Right.
that's when she hopped into the team, you know, and she started doing his nutrition and everything. And she did a great job with it, you know.
But with the little knowledge that she knows,
With the little, yeah.
Sure.
perfecting
She did
athletes,
it.
I've actually have three women. They come either one of them come every week. To
We got
be on
Paulina
board
right
with me.
here.
Right now we
Meals,
have
that's
Paulina.
Paulina's right
Shout
here.
out
yes.
Paulina. No, it's
Yeah.
awesome to have the team ever, especially with mom and dad.
So,
I'm all
you know,
about familia. So
the
that's
only
great.
thing now is like, you know, I mean, it is difficult, you know, especially at this age and everything, that you have to, the whole thing is that I want them to know, and that was it, you know, I wanted them to realize and know that they raised a good son, you know, they raised someone that they think, my mother thinks that I think like a little boy and everything, but if I thought like a little boy, I wouldn't be at this where I'm at right now without my father, obviously, but those things, so it gets a little, you know, it's upsetting, I get upset,
Yeah.
but overall, it's just that they need to trust in themselves, that they raise not only a good kid, but a smart
But let me,
and
Yeah.
knows
Yeah.
how to move the business.
And,
Could I
and,
say
your- and your
something?
wife is supportive
Yeah.
and
Absolutely.
understands.
Could I say
about
something right
the-
now?
The sacrifices that you
Yeah.
need to make.
Mario.
the
She
time and all
knows.
that.
Mario, could I say something right now? I knew it wasn't working. I'm the one that made this happen because nobody goes inside my circle. You understand? Like me and him are the stronghold of the circle.
Yeah.
I do his coaching and I do his physical training.
Yep.
You know, so I do both jobs. and then my wife was a nutritionist. I knew it wasn't working. So I called Bob and I told him we have to have a meeting and we got to fix this. And I was already thinking about getting somebody to help him with the nutrition. And that's how they came along. What's the name?
Pauline, Perfecting Athletes.
Yep.
Perfecting Athletes. They came along and I agreed on it. And
Smart.
I said,
They
we got to
even
do
they
it.
even came out
It
with
was
this.
the most important thing, and it was a decision that I made, and then I told him, "Are you good with it?" And he said, "Yes." And look what's happening.
But
right
I
now.
told Bob in that meeting, I said, listen, I'm gonna do anything and everything that they tell me on scheduling and everything.
Yeah,
I'm
they
gonna
wanted
do-
to put him in Big Bear.
They wanted to take me to Big Bear. They wanted me.
yeah.
They wanted to take me to Robert Garcia's camp and everything like that. And
And he said no.
I said no. I don't need those things. Get me a place. I like training in Vegas. Get me a place outside of my family's home.
Yeah.
Get me a place outside of that.
Yeah.
And let me focus on me. And let me focus on what I need to do.
And Mario, you should see Camp Aram House. I mean, it is plush, and he's got a I call him Steph Blurry. He's
Yeah.
got to work on his jumper, but it's a nice place.
Blurry.
Steph
Beautiful
Blurry, yeah, his shot.
So
it looks kind of
we
good.
got-
with
we
the
got-
hand,
Hey,
but-
don't go
got-
spraining
I would-
ankles or anything
We
out
got
there with your
4 bedroom.
crossovers.
That's what I
Floyd
told him.
Mayweather.
That's what I told him.
Right, exactly.
You gotta be careful with that
Crossed
shit.
over
Don't end up like
recently.
Mayweather's crossover.
Oh, you saw that shit?
Oh.
God, that was
But
disgusting.
Let's talk about.
That was
God, he got
disgusting.
dumped right on his butt.
But
now,
the thing is, the guy on the mic was like, "Don't do it to yourself, champ."
Yeah.
He saw it coming.
Like he called it out.
Yeah,
bro.
that
That's
guy is
crazy.
bone collector. He's
Yeah.
crossed Mac Miller, may he rest in peace. So many guys.
he collected another bone. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
Oh
exactly.
my God, that was a
Famous
big
one.
bone,
A
bro.
real
Like,
famous one.
All right, now you crossed over Diego Magdaleno to begin the year. Let's talk about some of the stuff that happened. You crossed over him, and you celebrated right on top of him. Now, okay, let's be honest. Me and Mario were like, oh,
Yeah, you
God.
put him in the dirt. That's
No,
what he
no,
did.
be okay. But couldn't you have done it like a little bit like 5 feet away from him or in the neutral corner? Did you have to do it right over him as he's prone
Yes,
to
because
you?
he disrespected. He disrespected our heritage. He disrespected Honduras.
Oh, there's some
and
history.
This history.
Oh, that's
into
why-
it.
that's
A lot
why.
of people don't
Because you're a nice
understand that.
gentleman.
No,
a nice
I am.
kid,
Like,
yeah.
I'll
But if you're
do-
gonna cross
look,
the line,
if
then-
you're gonna cross the line, then you make it personal. So I don't feel no sympathy for
You know,
or
he
anything.
said
I
that
don't feel
Honduran,
anything.
Honduras people never done anything in sports. They were garbage in freaking soccer,
Oh,
which is
okay.
one of
He was-
Oh,
okay,
wow.
well then.
one of the.
And that, well, that changes everything.
That
But
changed.
But nobody
changes
knows.
everything.
Listen to me. Listen to me. This kid.
But he came up to me
This
and my
kid.
mother.
This yeah.
I
What,
was
it
laying
did?
in bed, FaceTiming my wife, and this was before, obviously,
Right.
before the Magdaleno fight, and they both came up to me like, "Yo, you hear what they said?" I don't go like all the interviews and everything. I don't look at them on YouTube or anything because I already know the bad comments or whatever. But my dad and my mom, they come to my room just storming in. "Yo, you see what this book says?" And I'm like,
That's
"What?"
your mom, not me.
And they got upset. They got upset, and it's just like, why pick on a country that is already poor? And it's not really, and do those things. I have the great, utmost respect for Mexicans, because I swear, like I said in one of my fights, boxing wouldn't be where it's at without the Latinos, without the Mexicans and everything.
Orale.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Well,
no,
you
no,
know-
that's what okay, well, no, I appreciate
Well,
the,
you-
the,
well, you
the
know
feedback
what's-
No,
on
but you
that.
gotta acknowledge
But you
where everything is
Mario.
at.
Oh, yeah, of course.
You know
gotta
what's
It's
come
a
respect,
happening.
huge
of
fan
course.
base.
Mario, you
I have
know
a
what's
huge fan
happening.
base here in LA.
Oh,
I haven't
yeah.
fought,
Yeah.
and that's like majority is all Mexicans.
Well, you
And
know
it's
what's
crazy, and
happening,
I
right?
love 'em.
You know what's happening, right? They're hating because the Latino is gonna take over boxing, and they're hating. They're hating it so much.
I don't think the Latinos are, but
Yeah. Well,
No,
speaking of which,
we're gonna take over boxing.
Well, here's the thing. So let's talk about, because I got a few names I want to throw at you, but I want to talk about obviously your next fight with Masayoshi Nakatani.
Bonsai.
Thank you. God bless you. That's going down.
Now, 126
That's going down
million viewers, right?
Yeah, in Maryland. How are you feeling about your opponent, and how are you feeling about next week?
I feel great. I'm excited overall wise because like this is my first main event. This is where everything starts to change in my career. This is when everything starts to shape shift and form into the way that I always have dreamt of doing. But when you dream about something, it's one thing. It's a step, right? Right? We all could dream about something, but what makes everybody different is when you go out there and you actually try to turn that dream into reality. That
Exactly.
changes.
Exactly.
That is why the ESPYs and everything, why we are created as celebrities or whatever, it's just because we're so different with those things, because everybody could, but nobody does it.
Do you
know?
feel you have to almost kind of self be extra disciplined with the approach, and I know you want to shine and you want to look great, but still maintain the game plan, and you almost have to pull back a little bit to stay on. You know what I'm saying in the fight itself, or do you approach it the same way?
One fight at a time. One fight at a time, always, because you can never overlook anyone. You know, and that's the thing. That's the biggest mistake you'll ever take, and the biggest loss you'll ever take in your career is that overlooking and thinking you could be confident.
We always
but
train like
overconfident
we're gonna fight a champion,
and not focusing on that. None of this is the biggest fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, smart.
But-
That's a smart approach.
None of it is promised.
No, you're
one
exactly
thing about
right.
this, that I learned throughout the amateur careers, winning the U.S. Olympic trials, and they didn't give me my opportunity to fight for USA when I had earned it, is that nothing in life is promised. Even when it's set for you and everything, even if you earned it, don't get your hopes high.
4
Because
years.
they could always do something.
It's every freaking. It's every
and I think
kid's dream.
That's your biggest
in the
mistake.
amateur.
Why, throughout the knockouts and everything, this is temporary. That's what I look at boxing. It's temporary. Why? Because I'm not gonna treat myself like I'm different from anybody else. The only time I do that is when I'm in that ring. Call me an asshole. Call me confident or arrogant, cocky. But when I'm in there, I'm the shit. Sorry for my language.
Yeah.
But outside of it, I'm gonna treat everyone with the same kind of respect and everything because we're all equal.
So your thoughts on Comey? You were there ringside. You actually watched a few
Yeah.
rounds of this one. Your thoughts on
I
him?
think he watched the whole fight.
I didn't watch the whole fight,
Oh, no?
but what I did watch.
Why didn't you watch the whole fight?
I seen
It's
what I had to
boring.
see.
You see what guys should see.
I seen.
Boring.
I
Come
seen.
on,
boring,
good,
man.
good,
Good,
Mario,
I got
come on.
it.
I seen what I had to see. You know, I
And
saw.
what did you see?
I saw. You know, there was a lot of Ray Beltran though. He'll make that happen. He'll make you look bad because Ray Beltran has that.
Slick
he has
counter
that-
puncher, savvy
he's
veteran.
tough.
Yeah.
He's a tough
He's
Mexican.
got a
He's
good
tough warrior.
left hook.
You know,
He's-
and he'll make a tough fight out of you where he'll bring out those flaws. And I saw a lot of flaws in Richard Comey. I think a lot of us did. You know,
a lot. He
but you know-
comes out like that. We're gonna knock him out in the first round.
First.
but you know,
Not even
First
second.
round.
But you
First
know,
round.
but what Comey did show me was that no matter how far the rounds go, he still has punching power in both hands.
Nah,
So
I
that's
saw him
something-
dead after the.
So that's something to. I'm trying to promote this shit.
You're right.
Don't talk down on the guy.
You're right,
Promote
you're
it.
right, you're
That's
right,
smart.
you're right.
That's smart.
Yeah.
He's a Zuma
So when you
Nelson
beat him, it's
2.0.
even
It sounds good.
Exactly.
Especially after that video they
Well, that-
they
Come
pulled
on, I'm
out,
having
right?
my promoter's cap on
speaking
today.
of which, that's what I want to get into. Mario,
Yeah.
there was some footage last week. Someone actually came up to me at Walker and said, "Yo, man, Teofimo just got dropped in sparring." I was like, "What?" And I was like, "What are you
Oh,
talking
yeah,
about?"
yeah, yeah.
And man, you did hit the floor.
No, yeah.
But I didn't understand.
How
this.
come they didn't show it?
Now,
They only
what-
showed 2 seconds of
What's
it.
the background on all that to you?
You talking about the video that was 6 years ago?
Right.
2014.
What happened?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
2014.
was 2014. That was
Yeah.
actually my first. I actually went up to 132 at the end of 2013. So that was like my first year going into. I was still fresh going into 132 pounds, and
I didn't even remember that video.
Well, it's sparring, man. Everybody.
No,
No,
but
no,
I
no,
didn't
no,
even
no.
remember.
It's-
You know, like I tell everybody, my son has never
You know,
been
it's a
dropped.
fight.
Like I tell everybody, my son has never been
But the
dropped,
thing
and,
is,
and
like-
that was a surprise. I was like, "Oh my God, yeah, my son got dropped one time," and I was like, because it was so long ago.
But you
Sure,
know,
but
the thing is,
Tyson,
we're talking
everybody's
about
involved, sure.
sparring. We're talking about a guy
course.
that was 154 at the time, and I was 131, 132.
Yeah.
He got up right
And-
away. He
and-
got up right
and
away.
just-
Kill
Just
that
got
dude.
me a flash knockdown right on top.
Yeah.
Boom, and I fell going in. Right.
It was more about position.
But
and the
have
way
you
he
looked
was-
at? Try to find another video. Try to find anything.
No.
We let anybody
No,
record.
you know what?
trip, but I
You know
wouldn't
what
trip. I wouldn't
happened?
trip.
I wouldn't trip.
But you
No,
know
that's
what
not what tripping
happened?
was.
That kid is unknown.
But
He's like, I've never done nothing to this guy.
the thing is, like,
he puts
but-
it up.
Yeah.
So he didn't know I had a video.
The other half of the sparring.
You know,
Right.
because I got the Google thing that every video that you post,
It
it stays forever. You know,
Right.
He
So I
tackled you,
say,
didn't he? At the end of the thing.
he
Of
somersault,
course.
whatever.
and the guy was
Yeah,
the
Mark,
guy was
he got
like,
him so bad. The guy.
And the
Suplex.
guy was like,
what is it?
yo,
Suplex.
the
Yeah,
guy
yeah,
was
suplex.
and the guy was like about 155, 160, easy.
No, 150, 154, whatever.
Easy.
But anyways, we're
You know,
talking about
like,
something that
you
was
can
6
see how
years
big
ago.
he is.
Yeah.
It's not relevant.
And
You
the
know,
guy
but-
thought that I didn't have a video. And so
Right.
when I put up the video, it make the
Right.
guy look bad. How come he doesn't post
The rest of
5 or 6 seconds of it
Afterwards.
to show that my
Of
son
course,
got up
of
right away?
course.
I got up right away. I
He
didn't
got up
wobble
right
or
away.
anything. I got up
Theo,
right
it's
away.
sparring.
No.
Even if
but-
it, you know what I'm saying?
But what I'm saying
Nobody
is,
should
like,
trip anyway.
we're talking about sparring here, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking about
It
people,
really doesn't
people
even
mention
matter.
about Floyd getting dropped in sparring.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
we
why
bring all
Floyd
that.
doesn't let nobody
Pacquiao's been
record.
dropped in
Right.
sparring.
Everyone,
yeah.
bro.
So
Everyone.
it happens.
Of course it
That's
happens.
why nobody lets nobody.
But
Floyd
you know
never
what?
lets
I gotta say,
nobody
no,
record.
But
I
it's
gotta say,
ridiculous. It's
I
not
gotta
like.
say,
Yeah.
Go ahead.
it's a good thing
It's
because if
beautiful.
anything, everybody thinks that happened now. So
Yes.
more people are gonna tune in
Yes.
on the
And
ESPN
then
Plus
now
app July
Colby thinks he
19th.
can beat him now.
Good.
This is gonna give confidence to all those other fighters that we could potentially fight. And on top of that, I gained about like 2,000 followers for that video.
There you
So
go.
thank you.
Well, speaking of other fighters that you could potentially fight, the weight class and the surrounding weight class.
It's amazing.
There's some great.
I like it. I like challenges.
names, and there's some tough kids right there.
We're gonna be so busy.
I'm gonna throw out some names. I want to get your
Yes.
take on it. Like, what'd you
Yes.
think of Devin Haney's last performance?
Terrible. Terrible. I mean, he carried this guy for 7 rounds. For what? I mean, that guy was ready to go in the first round.
So, so wow, you don't acknowledge that he looked pretty.
And let me tell you something that you don't know.
Okay.
Because you know, I know. Anything that you don't know, I know. Okay? Now, let me tell you something right now. Let me tell you something right
Listen,
now.
Mario.
And
I'm
this is the
listening.
reality. The
Okay.
reality.
All right.
That was his first ranked dude, top 15.
Really?
The guy was number 13, ranked. First ranked dude, first one, and he was ranked number 13. And
See, can I say something? Can I
Yeah.
interrupt for a second? Because I would say, like, as if I were to wear my hat and as a promoter hat and as a father, I would say I would give these guys even more props, so that way when my son does beat him, it looks even better, right?
Yeah, that's what you.
one thing about me, I can't lie, man.
But I
You know what I'm
can.
saying?
But I can.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
You know,
Okay, so Devin Haney. I appreciate the honesty.
I feel like
Tell
a
me how you
female
feel.
if I walk out of here.
Yeah.
lying,
No.
you know what I'm
I
saying?
want you to keep
can't
it
lie.
real. I want you to keep it real. So that was
Listen,
Devin
I
Haney.
keep it this real.
That's what
My
people
son
like
would have
to
knocked that
tune
dude
in.
out in the first round. The guy was fragile. He didn't want her to be in there. And this kid carried him 7 rounds.
So you're not concerned
You know
at all.
why?
You're not concerned
but
at
you
all.
know
he
why?
makes steel.
But you know why? Because that's his style of boxing.
Right.
Hit and run. Hit
Yes.
and run.
Devin
Hit
is
and run.
not a heavy hitter.
Have you sparred with him before?
Yes, I have.
We
Twice.
freaking come on, bro.
Listen to me.
We
son.
stopped him in the
Mario,
5th round. The
Mario,
kid
Mario,
didn't want to come
Mario,
out.
Mario, he's not known for power punching. He's known
Okay.
to just trying to be
He's a
slick
slapper.
and
He's a
being
slapper.
away.
He's a
So you're not
Slapper.
tripping on guys like that.
So I
Slapper.
think if
Yes,
anything, he was trying to prove to everyone that he has punching power. So he went out there and threw over right hand.
Yep. And you
Right,
know
you
what?
know?
We pushing those guys.
Yeah,
to
that's
do
what
that.
we're doing. We're
We
pushing them
pushing
because they're
them to
seeing
do
that this is consistency, like
Exactly.
from one fight to
don't-
another.
you
to
don't see
another.
it like that?
And it's like
You don't see it like
one
that?
devastating.
You know how I feel
knockout.
about your son. You
No,
know.
no,
You don't see it like that? Are we pushing these people to do these things? We are.
But it's
I
a
think
great
the
thing. It's
whole
a great thing, though,
yes.
because we make boxing that much more exciting. to
And we
watch.
sitting
other
down
guys,
with Bob
that'd be a
Arum.
fun fight.
Yeah.
That'd be a fun
But
fight.
that's why we call it the takeover.
Another guy that, God, he was looking like 170 last picture we saw of him was Tank.
Oh,
in that
Gervonta
one
Davis.
picture.
Oh, my God.
Right,
No,
Gervonta
190.
Davis. Right, he was looking
Yeah.
big. My man likes to
He
take
needs
time off.
freaking Polina right here.
Right. But
Tank
he,
call
but
They've
perfecting
actually
athletes,
said no
please.
to him, so yeah.
really. So how? What are your? Because I think you did tell me you sparred with him before a while back, right?
I was 15.
You were 15.
Oh, we kicked
so
the
it's just a
shit
kid.
out of his ass. And he was like about 20 pounds bigger than my son.
He was big.
I'll show you the
He was
video.
big.
Like,
but
he
he could
has-
crack a little bit, right?
Yeah, no, he could crack
He
a
could
little
crack.
bit, you know. And
The
the
left
thing is-
hand.
but,
Left
you know,
hand, but you can see that shit a mile
Tank,
away.
He was 18 at the time. I was 15, and
We're
he
not
has a
getting in
bigger
touch with that
frame.
left
But you
hand.
see,
Literally
but
to-
you don't see anything that concerns you too much there either.
no.
Tank would never fight us.
The thing is, it's not even about that.
Tank
It's,
would never fight us.
it's not even about
I
that.
guarantee
I mean,
you
he's
that.
not moving up to 35 for a reason. 'Cause
For a
he's
reason.
too small.
Exactly.
On top
Got
of that,
it.
he's way too small at the 135 division. Lomachenko, as
Really? Is he's a small
Let me
guy,
ask you a
huh?
question.
Oh, he's short.
He's
He's
short.
big.
Wait,
I didn't
he's
realize.
small-
I thought he was
he's-
about.
he's-
Well,
he's
because he looks so
shorter.
heavy, I thought he's
No,
inevitably
let me
going to
ask
go to
you-
135.
wait.
Yeah.
He's shorter than Lomachenko.
Yes,
Really?
he is.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And Lomachenko's
Yeah.
a small guy coming into the 135
yeah.
division. So only imagine. It's like Rigondeaux
Got it.
going to 135.
Right.
You know?
Got it.
It's that
I
type. So that's why
guarantee
he
you
stays.
something. I guarantee you something. Every time they talk to Floyd, they never mention Teofimo Lopez. Ever. You will never see
I never
that.
heard the name. You're exactly
You're
right.
never going to see that. You know why? Because Floyd be like, anything except Teofimo Lopez. Don't ask me no questions about Teofimo Lopez. How come? This kid is like one of the best
Upcoming.
upcoming fighters in the world, and you never see him getting mentioned with Tank. Is that a coincidence or what?
Another fighter that I know is one of your favorites, Ryan Garcia.
I love him. He's beautiful.
That a way to do it. That's the way to talk. That's the way to talk.
There you go.
Oh yeah, Mario. He's got his own fights, Brian. Not in the ring.
I like
Not
Brian.
in the
Brian,
ring.
you
No.
know what?
Yeah, hey, look,
Brian
man,
is a
it's-
good kid. He's a good kid. He's not a bad kid.
His name-
He's just trying to promote himself.
Right.
I understand that, but he shouldn't be in boxing at all. I mean, you got a lot of connections in Hollywood, man. Get him a freaking
Get him a
movie
gig.
deal or something.
He's not.
man.
He's not my son. I already got two. So I already got two
you
of
don't
those.
want him
bro.
as a son. You don't want those issues
there.
right
Get him
now.
a
But
movie deal.
that's another guy that's not saying your name. That's in the
He's
same.
a pretty boy,
Well-
but I mean, boxing.
I
Come
find-
on, man.
Yeah, like-
Yeah, we talked about that. We will keep that. Here's the thing about Ryan. I don't think he's focused on boxing. I'll be honest with you. I don't
Even
know.
if he is,
Well,
he doesn't
okay.
got the
There we go.
freaking moves, man. The kid is I can't say that word, but the kid is not. He doesn't
there?
have it. He doesn't have it. You know, he's too worried about getting hit because he got a pretty face. You know, so
Mario can relate.
Come on, Mario. Mario, that's like your little brother.
Rico
Hook him
Suave.
up,
My
man.
little brother.
Hook him
Rico
up.
Suave.
Hook him up.
Rico Suave, ya tú sabes.
Because now he's with Reynoso. Oh wow, damn! The kid is gonna be
You're not tripping.
amazing.
Any other names off the top of your head?
Well, I
that-
want to discuss something. The fans are bringing it up. There was this report of your sparring session with this amateur, Keyshawn Davis. Things broke out. Things got out of control.
Yeah.
From your perspective, we've never heard your vantage point. What happened with Keyshawn?
I actually sparred a kid without a mouthpiece because I didn't have my mouthpiece. I left it back home in New York, and I sparred him. It was my first day sparring back, and I told my father before, like, Carl Moretti was pushing it, for me to spar this kid, and I'm like, Dad,
Amateur kid,
right? Going basically like he's an Olympic hopeful, whatever it is. And I told my father, my dad's like, anybody that wants to spar us, he's all up for it. And I tell him, listen to me, these kids, I'm not nobody's trial to get into top rank. You know what I mean? I'm not a
gatekeeper.
a gamekeeper. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? I have my people that I'm sparring with and everything, so we don't need to work with these type of guys. Plus, I already know they're gonna try to go full bats crazy on me, to prove something,
right.
because they got to make a name or whatever. But Shakur was there, and Shakur has, they're all around with Shakur and everything, so that's his little posse. And the kid, we did 4 rounds, and I let him go and tee off. He tried to tee off. Well, he tried. Let's just say he tried. And I was just working on defense because I didn't have a mouthpiece, so I'm not really gonna commit. You know what I mean? And do my thing, just so I don't get injured. I mean, then I cost my main event fight.
They didn't have a little makeshift one, man? Like they'll throw you boil in the water or
I
anything?
didn't-
I
Dang.
was upset. I was upset.
I
because I'm like,
know.
well, what's your mouthpiece at?
Yeah.
And he got his headgear on, everything's on, and we're looking for the mouthpiece. He's like, no, I left it. My wife had it. And
I didn't know that she had my other mouthpieces.
And I was
Yeah.
like
But if I knew-
surprised because I didn't see a good punch. Like, to hurt this kid.
Yeah.
But the kid froze.
No, he did though. I
He
hit him
froze.
With a
He hit him
couple-
with 4 left.
So
and he hit him with 4
but what I
sevens. That's
noticed,
what
what
we
I
call it.
noticed throughout the sparring, and then they wanted one more round. They wanted one more round.
Yeah, because
And-
you beat the shit out of him.
No, but they wanted one more round just so that to try this time.
Because you
whatever.
beat the shit
And
out
I
of him.
told the kid while we were sparring, when he was trying to tee off, I was like, "Your punches are like pillows."
Yeah, but he was
and,
like this.
And the
Oh,
kids.
he was talking
The
about
whole
the
time talking.
kid was saying,
And he was talking to me.
The kid
in the
was
corner.
saying like, "Take off your headgear." Then I'm like, bro, I'm already sparring you
It
without
got
a
crazy.
mouthpiece,
It got ugly.
and you
It got
can't hurt
ugly.
me.
It got
he's-
ugly
so
in the
he's
4th
talking
round.
And I'm like,
yeah.
and I'm like, and you can't hurt me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And but there was actually one round where I just threw a whole bunch of right hooks right to his head, and he buckled. And the moment I threw 4 of them,
Bang.
big hard shots,
Bang.
right?
He
We're
buckled
talking
like
about-
this.
He buckled, right?
Yeah.
And then
But
he
when
looked at Shakur.
And he looked at Shakur, and that's
Look
when
at
I knew that something was up. Like they wanted to prove whether to Shakur or anything that I got Teofimo or anything like that. But afterwards, the kid hit me literally 3 seconds
No,
after
what
the bell
happened
rang.
was this. No,
like
what
no,
happened
like
was
actually
this. The
4
bell
seconds.
rang.
The bell rang.
The bell rang, and the kid came up to him and snuffed him.
Yeah, hit me with
And
a
that's
left
when I
hook.
went in.
Yeah, my father got
I
mad.
went
He
in.
said,
I said,
"What
"What the fuck you doing, bro?"
Yeah.
And then that's when
Coach K.
this bitch fucking Coach K came and
Sucker punched my
sucker
father.
punched me.
He sucker punched you?
He sucker punched me. He didn't even move me, bro. You know, like boom, and I was like, I just grabbed him by the freaking throat and I freaking pulled him to the corner.
ropes, yeah.
You know, I'm 50 years old, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm not young. And I just grabbed him and I was holding him in there and I was trying to like flip him, but I couldn't because the ropes are.
I just-
you know,
I look at
down
it
like this.
because
Where,
the rope.
where was this at the top rank gym?
yeah,
range,
yeah. So then all the freaking fighters jumped on us.
Yeah.
They all jumped on me.
I had to pull Coach. Nobody was helping. Like,
And then I said to
nobody.
myself,
The thing that sucks is like
Yeah.
nobody was helping my father.
nobody.
And I had this big heavyweight kid like pulling
Rolando
me back.
Romero was there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That kid
but
Rolando
they were
Romero.
all trying to break it up.
Yeah,
But
they
I
were
saw
trying
that
to
they were
break it
trying
up.
to make them fight, make my father and
It was the
Coach
best
K,
thing that could have happened.
like
I
fight
didn't-
and
I
handle
told
it,
my son it was
handle
the
it
best
like
thing
whatever,
that could
whatever.
have happened. 'cause
And
if
I
my-
said no. What? And I said what the?
Yeah.
And I
If my
moved that.
son would have
I
hit
pushed the heavy. I
somebody-
pushed that heavyweight kid.
Yeah.
And I grabbed Coach
Yeah,
K and I
yeah,
pulled him
yeah.
back off my
if
father.
it was if he would have hit somebody, it
But I
would've got
already knew
ugly.
the
It
only
would've
thing,
got
the whole
ugly.
thing was I had all the opportunity to punch Coach K. I had all the rights, but I knew that the moment they wanted me to do something, all of them, because the moment I did, they were all gonna jump right at
Oh,
me
yeah.
and try to
So
fuck
was
me
there,
up.
was there like a
Because they have a lot of hate. They have.
They're just
I
hating
don't-
because
we don't
'cause-
have bad blood with nobody.
So they're just it's just
Nobody.
it's
We
just
don't-
coming from an envious
Course,
place.
It's
He
coming
beat the
from an
shit out of
envious.
the kid.
No, but it's not even about the kid. It's like they have this thing with
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
You know,
They-
everybody
they're-
has this thing
right.
with us.
To me-
and they want
to me,
to,
it was planned.
Look,
It was
yeah,
planned.
Yeah.
They know how I talk. They know how
So
I
with
talk.
that said, are you guys targets?
huh?
Yeah, of course we are.
Yeah.
You
As
can
you
do
get
feel
as you
Listen,
climb the
Mario,
every of course
every
there's more
time
people
my
that
son
spar,
yeah, gotta remain composed.
But every time
yeah.
my son spar, I'm like, oh, like,
That's how my father
damn,
always is.
shit, do it again, you know. So they already know that. So
Right,
they
right.
planned that shit. I know they planned it.
Right.
The old man is gonna talk shit, and if he does talk shit, we're gonna jump him. We're gonna jump him, and that's what they
Oh,
did.
man, that's
And-
not. Did,
and
did
you know,
Bob
listen to
kind of
me.
get involved?
I
Because
had
it's
a
all.
bad vibe in the. I kept my caddy, and I'm sitting there, and I don't know what, but I'm always like I always think things, and I said if Shakur Stevenson is in there, I'm not gonna do this. As soon as I walked in, I see Shakur sitting down with Evan, you know, one of the guys from Top Rank, and I came up to my son. Remember, I came up to him and I told him, "Yo, Shakur's here, bro. This is not good." You know, it's like we walking into like.
But like it's
It's like you walking
Yeah,
into
yeah,
a project.
Yeah.
by
Shakur's
yourself
at what?
with a
Shakur's
whole
about
bunch
what
of
weight too?
goons,
What's
you
Shakur
know?
at?
26.
Yeah,
He's 26.
okay.
But the thing is, like, we don't have bad blood with none of these guys.
Yeah.
What the hell do we have to be
I did
envious
not
about?
like it.
Like,
I
what
did
do we
not
have to
like
be
it.
jealous about?
Yeah.
Like, if anything, if you succeed, that's one thing about us, and that's why God. He
Y'all
gives
under the same
he-
banner, too.
But,
That's so
but it's,
weird,
it's not
man.
even that God blesses us.
No, but you gotta
so
live
much,
in the real
but look-
world.
Look
This
at
is
it
the
like
real
this.
world.
God, why does God bless us so much more rather than everybody? It's because we
'Cause
don't.
we're
we don't.
real.
But it's not only that we're real. Is that we don't. If you succeed, I'm happy for you. If you
Yeah.
have the spotlight, keep the spotlight. Whatever you could do, keep it.
Everybody could win.
Everybody
So
can win
anyway-
because it's a win-win for everybody.
Mario-
I grew up with Shakur in the amateurs. I grew up with all these guys in the amateurs.
It's crazy.
And it's crazy, like that. You know, now it's like, bro, you have.
They want to kill us.
You have
everybody.
all-
Everybody
yeah,
wants.
So
man,
let me
it's
ask you.
crazy.
So now when you
I don't have bad blood with nobody, and I still don't.
no, of course, and keep it
Still
like
won't,
that.
yeah.
Now, when you approach sparring now, and they get the sparring for part, and then you get every guy's best, but in a way, isn't that sort of good in helping you build up? I mean, right, and
Absolutely.
for the training,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, because we don't even try.
But listen,
we don't
if
even
you
try.
can't-
He doesn't even try. He goes there to work.
right.
But nobody wants to work with him because they want to kill him.
But the thing is,
So
it's
then
like,
that he's got to amp his fight. You know what
but
I'm
the
saying?
thing is, it's
Yeah.
because
and
the
that's why it
moment,
gets ugly.
yeah.
And the
Because
thing
the
is,
moment I when I spar now,
So-
I used to go all out when
Yeah.
I used to spar. Now it's like I can't
So the kid-
because
so the
I
kid-
can't. The
yeah.
reason why because I need to work. I
Yeah.
need to
Yeah,
spar
you need to
because
work.
then I get
16-ounce gloves?
I get huh?
So you're throwing 16-ounce clips?
Exactly.
And they
That's
still can't
why
take
we-
that.
That's
They
why.
still can't take the power.
But that's why we take it easy with these people because we want to do
But
like
it's
10 rounds.
and it's more so of going those rounds.
Yeah, getting the rounds in,
going
getting the rounds in.
and also working on little things.
Right.
So whether you try to hit me with a shot or anything and you trying to go all hard, I laugh about it. I was literally laughing the whole sparring.
yeah.
But it's because I'm like I'm not even trying with you. You know, I'm just trying to
Right.
work and it's my first day.
Right.
Let me get back into rhythm.
Right.
In my distance. You know, it sucks that the fact that my father just had a heart attack last year, you know, and it sucks that people know about this and you go out there and try to do and hurt my father and knowing he ain't the same anymore. My father last fight that he had was in 1993 and my father ain't the same guy anymore. I mean, and the fact that you go out there and do those certain things, you're costing not only my father's life, but you're costing the whole thing of my whole career and everything, because once he goes, it's gonna be a whole long time before I even come back. And it's like that hurts not just me, but it hurts Top Rank's business. It hurts ESPN's business, because who's the next big star? If everything goes well,
Mario,
it's
I
us.
called Carmen
And it's
right
like,
away.
these guys need to have consequences somewhere, some down the line, because it's like, if we was to do it,
forget about it.
Yeah.
Imagine that
Yeah,
would
but
have
you guys
happened
got
to
too much.
Lomachenko.
But you guys got too much to lose. So
No, but it's
Imagine it
like-
would have happened to Loma.
yes.
But you know
If
what I
that
mean?
would have happened to Loma, what do you think would have happened?
yeah.
no.
They would have banned for forever. They would have been
But
banned.
it's just those things. So it's
All right,
also-
well, there's
I
a
mean,
lot going on.
yeah.
I mean,
It's-
that
it's a lot.
that went a direction I didn't even know. But
You know why it's a lot of going on, and you're always gonna have your show, is because it's always gonna always gonna happen to
but
Lopez
this-
family.
And then as your star ascends and as can continue to grow, you have your head in the right place. But I'm
Thank
giving
you.
you some older brother advice here. People are always going to want to take you down. People are always going to want to take their shots.
Yeah.
Brush it off,
you gotta
brother.
brush
It's
it
not
off.
gonna happen
Don't
again.
go to their level. Don't
That's
go
Like
to their level.
Bruce
Mario,
Lee
do your
said.
thing.
Mario,
Like Bruce
that's
Lee
never
said,
gonna happen
one of the
again.
best quotes
Yeah.
I take from him is everything is be like
It's
water,
be
my
water,
friend.
Exactly.
It's
Be like water.
shapes
And you
into
know why?
every
And
position, yeah.
and the best thing, I will say this, and we can end it like that. The greatest revenge is success.
That's
Exactly.
right. That's
All
right.
right.
That's right.
So-
and we'll see that next week.
the Teofimo
Yeah.
Express rolls into Oxon Hill, Maryland on ESPN, taking on
never been.
Masayoshi Nakatani. Yeah,
Yes.
your first main
It's
event
gonna
on
be a
ESPN,
great
I
fight.
believe,
A
isn't it?
great fight. Japanese. He's like a movie star in Japan. So you got 26 million people over there.
Well,
You give it about half of them gonna watch this freaking thing.
International.
Yeah, and we
Yeah.
don't even
Well,
know
that's
how
why
much
we
money
also-
they're gonna make.
well,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? And
Yeah.
I want a cut of that shit. You know?
well, that's why we have it on ESPN Plus app, just so
We're
that
gonna
way
have it on
we
ESPN Plus 'cause
and
it's like,
if you don't have the app now, get it now. You know,
All
if
right,
you don't
well,
have it
that's
now,
it.
get it, because it's the
Not gonna want to
next
miss it.
best thing, and you don't want to miss it.
So, Tio, you always have an open invite. Both of you, please
Thank
come
you.
back and join us.
It's been a
Yes.
while, man. We gotta make this more. It's
Listen,
gotta
when
be
I
more
say the
frequent.
takeover is, I mean it. It's real and it's coming, and there's nobody out there. From the 135 all the way to 160, we're taking everybody out. You know what I'm saying?
One step at a time.
One step at a
35, 40, 47, 54.
And he does better with bigger guys. Trust me.
Well, I'm
I've
looking
seen
Well,
it.
forward
we'll
to
be
it, man.
watching it.
Well,
We'll be
Paulina,
there.
she saw me work yesterday. I was shadowboxing. How I look?
Short and
Paulina,
sweet,
speechless.
Very succinct. She's a woman of few words. All right, well, on behalf of Mario Lopez and the Lopez clan and Justin Buffalo Nichols, this is Steve Kim saying, till the next round next week, goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
The takeover, baby.